Hey everybody, this is Mike Morelli from Season 7 of The Biggest Loser for DietsAndReview.com, coming at you guys for Season 8's Episode 8, recap, review, reaction. This week, the contestants got to go to Washington, D.C., which I was extremely jealous about. I didn't get to go anywhere on my season. We thought we were going to go, we didn't get to go. It sucked. Anyway, they got to go to Washington, D.C., appeal before Congress. They had a very, very, very productive week in Washington, D.C. The challenges were great. Everybody lost a good amount of weight except for the people who went home. And, you know, it just seemed like a very, very fun week. First things first, back to singles. That's a milestone in this game. Everyone who's left should be very, very proud of themselves. I mean, it's very special to make it through black and blue back into singles, and it's very, very awesome of everybody. One thing that does happen when you're back into singles is, you know, you're not in teams of two, you're not in a big group of teams. You know, starts to get a little more cutthroat, a little more competitive, and, you know, we may start to see that coming out in the next few weeks. You know, these challenges were very cool. I mean, running the first initial mile that they couldn't do before, competing on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, you know, these were very, very grand scale, epic looking challenges. The thing I didn't like the most, as one of my friends pointed out to me, is that Miley Cyrus was playing during the challenge. Not a big fan. Kind of lost faith in Biggest Loser a little bit. But whatever. It's Miley Cyrus, but people like her. Other than that, the rest of this week went pretty smoothly. You know, working out on vacation is never easy to do. But, you know, it's something we all have to do. Whenever we go to a hotel, pick a hotel that has a gym. You know, usually the facilities are very nice, and you can always find time to work out. You know, other than that, this episode was pretty cut and dry. We saw a pretty tender moment between Amanda and Bob. Amanda was glad to be back in Bob's care, and I'm sure Bob was glad to have her back. One of the things that I loved most about this episode was that Jillian finally got to crush Tracy and said in an interview that she hates Tracy. And Tracy, in a later interview, was like, "Oh, Jillian has such a big heart." Contradiction. I thought it was funny. You really don't know what anybody else says to you about you in an interview. I thought that was pretty funny. Going into the weigh-in, Rebecca had immunity. She won this challenge. I'm very happy to see her win. Tracy ended up going home. I mean, I got a ton of text messages, you know, saying, yeah, when Tracy got sent home, but you know, she's a very nice person in reality, and, you know, on reality TV, she probably got twisted into a slightly different light, but, you know, she got eliminated. My picks are still there. I'm glad to see both Brown teams still there, so we'll see how the rest of this season ends up. It's getting into the final stretch, and there are some pretty big contenders, so let's see what happens.